Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the Real Yvonne. So I've done videos before as far as speaking on clones. Whether you believe it or not, my hope is to wake you up so you can understand that cloning is really, really real. So what I'm going to do is, with this video, especially since I do have a lot of new subscribers, and from my understanding, a lot of things don't show up, so you might have not seen my cloning videos. So I'm going to put clips in this video so you can see and understand what I'm talking about and where I got my information from and why I believe what I believe. But I want you to take a look at the screen if you're not already looking at it to understand what I said and why I continue to say, and I'm not the only one to say what we say about, for example, Gucci Mane. Right? Look on the screen. See, I get it. When people say, oh, on the left, you know, he was a little heavier, he lost weight. I need you to understand, losing weight does not make one's ears change. You know how we have fingerprints? Your ears. There's just certain body parts, for example, that do not change. Okay? It's just like your teeth, right? This is why, say, when they find remains of a person, one of the best identifying things that they can use to identify somebody, their teeth. Okay, like if there's only bones left, that type thing. If you look on the screen again, so am I supposed to believe that losing weight allows you to have a wider nose, a wider mouth? Like, let's forget everything else. You see I have it circled. Look at the mouth on the left. The original Gucci Mane, small mouth, not wide at all. It's not like he was 300 plus pounds in the picture on the left. He was not. And then you look at the one on the right. Come on, y'all. And don't focus on the teeth. Look at the mouth. Even if he wasn't smiling, I could show you plenty of pictures of that. The mouth is too wide. The face, the head shape, y'all. This is some freaky ass shit. It's not the same. Look at the ears. Do you not see the ears? The hairline's not even the same. They try to make it kind of look the same. It's not. This is not the same person. Look at the nose. Okay, you could be like, oh, well, he got a nose job. Well, who the fuck is getting ear jobs? Who the fuck is getting mouth jobs? Did you get your mouth widened for no reason? See, the only time people get those type of surgeries if they was in some type of accident that altered their appearance. He was not. So you go into jail looking one way and you come out looking another, but you people seem to think a lot of these mofos is really in jail, for example. You seem to think that cloning is not real. Why? Because the puppets tell you they're not? How can anybody in their right mind look on the screen right now, look at this picture, these two pictures, and tell me that's the same person? Weight loss or gain has nothing to do with your ears and your nose and your mouth. That shit is not going to change. And you know what? I'll give you the nose thing. If you want to go there. I'm not. You can clearly look. These is not the same people, but they say it is. Look at the ears. And I still fuck everything else. I can't get past the mouth. Because the picture on the right, the new one, the new version, wide ass smile, wide mouth. One on the left, the original, a smaller mouth. Come on, y'all. But that's cool. Let's get into these other videos that I did. I'm going to show you clips so you can see where I'm coming from. But then you tell me after everything. You still think this is the same person? This has to do with because he lost weight? Weight doesn't affect your ears. As a matter of fact, especially with men, I've seen the older they get, their ears can get bigger and longer. That's not the case. This is not an older person. And again, you might be able to explain away everything else, But I'm gonna need you to explain that fucking wide ass mouth. The fucking mouth shapes are not the same at all. At all. Let's go. Hello y'all, welcome back to the Real Yvonne. So I want to do this video because there are a lot of people that believe Michael Jackson was cloned, or he faked his death, he's still alive. So I'm going to, in this video, I'm going to show y'all why I think it's very possible that he is still alive. So just stay with me, because I'm also going to play for you very shortly an interview done by someone named Dave, that I believe them interviews was not by that person, Dave. Okay, so everyone knows what Michael Jackson looked like. He was in the spotlight since a very young child. I think since he was 5 years old or something. And once he hit, I believe 18 or after 18, that's when he started with the surgeries and stuff. Not looking like himself at all. In case y'all people don't believe, cloning is real as hell. Cloning is real. It's not fake. I get it's hard to wrap your mind around that, but it's real. And it's not always, some people are like, oh, it's a look-alike, it's a look-like. No, that is definitely not even always the case. Look on your damn screen. What the fuck you think going on right there? I've heard of look-alikes, but literally, okay, anyway. But again, I mean, you know what he looked like. I mean, this is beyond, oh, some people, oh, he's just trying to be white. No, I don't even think that. Just look fake as hell. Just look fake as hell. Like, I mean, to be honest, it look like a fucking costume get up, there. But y'all see why I say that too. But definitely, he was a very handsome man before he started doing these surgeries. Look on your screen, 1977, 2006. If it wasn't for the eyes, you wouldn't know that's the same, person with them, allegedly. But the eyes, I tell y'all all the time, the eyes, like there's just some things you cannot change, okay? And like I was saying about this person named Dave, look on your right. That's supposed to be the person that did this interview on Larry King. And this is, after Michael Jackson's alleged death. But as you see on the screen, I'm just letting y'all see, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. Don't pay attention to nothing else, because I'm going to get into that too, how other things could be changed. But look at the eyes. And again, wasn't nothing wrong with him, but for whatever reason, 11, 18, and then look at the age 39. Totally different person. Totally different person. I mean, like fucking everything. Nose, just everything. Completely changed. He didn't even want the afro no more. Now, if you don't, okay, let me just give y'all a quick little rundown. So this person named Dave, which is weird. You know what? This shit just hit me too. That right there is a sign letting this you got that Dave twice. Come on, y'all. Who the fuck is calling them? I'm not calling myself Yvonne. So Dave, that right there is a sign letting y'all know. It's some demonic shit. Anyway, so this person named Dave was in a fire allegedly in 1983. And let's not forget Michael Jackson, that Pepsi commercial that he did, his hair caught fire, and that was in 1984. Okay? And remember in the previous video before this one I showed you on Wednesday about this Clonate project and how they were praising Michael Jackson, his pioneer vision of cloning, and They were even saying that they were receiving numerous inquiries. People want to know, was Michael Jackson clone? And instead of saying a straight up yes or no, they just said because of their privacy and they respect the privacy of their patients, they couldn't answer that. But they also said in that same little paragraph, whatever, that most of their clients are celebrities and they're from Hollywood, LA. And they will never reveal these to you because they don't want to betray their clients' trust. But again, they definitely emphasized more than once that Michael Jackson supported human cloning. Okay? And like I just said, that the Clone 18 has received cloning requests from around the world, and a large number of them come from Los Angeles, Hollywood area. And they're saying that they hope that the public is getting more accustomed to the idea. Y'all, this is not an idea. They already doing this shit. Okay? They just want the public to embrace it. They've been doing it. Always pay attention to eyes, because eyes do not lie. Unless you're putting in some contacts and shit, there's just certain things that don't lie. Look on the screen. This is some character that Michael Jackson had played. Like, that's Michael Jackson, but that's with makeup. Y'all know they could do that with the fake faces and all that stuff. Look it up. It's in movies and shit all the time. That's Michael Jackson. You see that? But to look at this, you'd be like, oh God, that is not him. How the hell did he transfer from that to the... Easy. Telling you, it's a lot of stuff that you don't know, but makeup and costumes and the shit that they could do is a mug. But one thing is for sure, that's Michael Jackson's eyes. Now, Dave, look on the very top. The first three on the very top, those are the real Dave. He's 33 years old, a New Yorker. He was born David Rothenberg. And when he was 6, his father poured fuel on his face. Now, the bottom 3 pictures are also allegedly supposed to be Dave being interviewed by Larry King after Michael Jackson's death. Come on, y'all. Look at that. You can clearly see that it's not the same person. I circled things for you to see. Even the head shape is not the same. That is not the same person. The person that was interviewed by Larry King was not the real Dave. You can clearly see that. Just look at the pictures. Look at the pictures. Look at the picture. Look at the eyes. Look at the head too. Always pay attention to. It's just certain characteristics of people that we do, and you do it, and you don't even realize you're doing that type of thing. The way Michael Jackson holds his head. All of that. But again, the eyes don't lie. This is why, in my opinion, a lot of these celebrities, for example, musicians, artists, stuff like that, wear sunglasses even if it's nighttime. Because your eyes don't lie. Eyes don't lie. Eyes do not lie. Look at them eyes. The very first picture on the left at the top, that's the real Dave. Allegedly. But then when you look at all the other pictures, look at them eyes. Michael Jackson. You see these eyes? Now let's go ahead and look at the interview. Now when you're looking at the interview, I want you to pay attention to the voice. Because we all know Michael Jackson sound like, right? This motherfucker in this damn interview, you'll hear for yourself. He wasn't even trying to disguise his voice. So listen to it. And then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. And remember, look at them eyes, listen to the voice that Michael Jackson failed to disguise. He disguised everything else except for the voice.
Joining us now here in Los Angeles, Miko Brando, who was with us almost every night after this untimely passing, longtime Michael Jackson friend attending the funeral, and Dave. Yes, that's his name, Dave. He was David Rothenberg. He was set on fire in 1983, suffered, as you can see, terrible scars. Michael Jackson befriended him and paid for a lot of his surgeries. Dave is also attending the burial. Why Dave?
Well, to liberate myself from the confines of my father's criminality.
He caused the fire?
Yeah. He is a criminal, and he caused all this. To free myself of his name and his legacy, I decided to become my own person through changing my name.
We'll find out how Michael helped you, but Miko, is that a typical story of Michael helping people like this?
Absolutely. When he would hear about stories of people in need or needed help, and when we watched the news together, he'd reach out to them, send them a basket, send them a note, get well, or whatever the incident would be, and he'd always reach out to people and help people. Even driving around town, he'd stop and help people.
How did he find out about you, Dave?
He heard about me, and he had contacted me and wanted to meet me.
How old were you at the time?
I was about 7 years old at the time.
And were you in the hospital?
I was not in the hospital at the time. I was in interim back and forth from surgery.
And what did he do for you?
Well, basically, he befriended me. He took me into his life, which is very rare for Michael to do. But he opened up his arms to me and accepted me as a very good friend of his. And throughout the years, he never let me go.
I believe that's the hearse carrying the body into Forest Lawn. He will be interred. It looks like a beautiful place to have for him, Miko.
It was very nice. It was a very nice compound.
Yeah, we're going to be showing you a close-up of that. That is Forest Lawn. Were you surprised, Dave, to hear from him when you were 7?
Oh, it's a very interesting story, Larry. It was kind of, the visit to his Encino house was very impromptu, and it was kept a secret by my mother. And I had always been kind of a admirer of his, not a fan per se, but I always loved his music. And my mother surprised me one day and brought me up to Neverland. And I entered an arcade, and there were all these Paul McCartney records all over this, The Girl Is Mine, and, this and that. And I remember sitting down, and at the time, my favorite video game was Pole Position. And I was playing Pole Position, and I felt a little tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and there was Michael. And you know what, Larry?
What?
At that moment, we embraced, and that embrace never ended throughout our whole entire friendship.
Dave, what don't we know about him we should know?
Well, I believe what people fail to realize is that Michael was a human being. Throughout the years, I think he was kind of stigmatized by the media, and I believe that wasn't really helpful to him or to anybody around him. I believe that Michael was a great person. He has never hurt a soul, and I am happy to have been his friend for all these years and been a dedicated friend.
Miko, how do you explain what Michael did for Dave?
That's just the kind of human being he was. He's very loving, caring. He loved Dave from the day he met him. They became friends. Michael helped him through the years, and that's the kind of person Michael was. I mean, he loved a lot of people. He'll be missed and loved by a lot of people.
Did he pay for a lot of your medicals?
Actually, he did not pay for my medical. My mother had great insurance at the time.
So what did he do?
Michael offered a lot of emotional support for me. He was there for me whenever I needed to talk to him. He opened up Neverland to me as a means to get away. Metaphorically, he was almost like a father that I never had.
Huh. Well said.
Okay, so you just saw that interview. And of course, after this, please comment your thoughts below. But I need you to look on the screen again. On the left, that is the real Dave. On the right, That's the Dave that was interviewed by Larry King. I didn't even have to draw nothing around to let y'all see. First of all, it's two different shaped heads. The one on the left, the real Dave, has a longer face. The one on the right does not. And you know what? It's not funny, but as I'm looking at this one on the right that was interviewed by Larry King, remember the picture I showed y'all before I played that interview for you of when Michael Jackson dressed up like a white man? The person on the right looks like that person. And you know why? Look at the eyes. And then above all else, again, look at the shape of the head. The mouths are not even the same. Okay? You see that? They tried to get the same glasses, but it didn't work. Those are not even the same glasses. These motherfuckers. Also, remember I've told you before about ears. Look at the ears. Look on the top right picture. Now I circled it for you. The real Dave was so severely burned that even his ears are like so close to the head that they don't stick out. That's why I circled it for you. But then you look at this, the character next to him, and on the bottom, both on the left hand side, them ears stick out. And then just look at the ears, certain characteristic about them ears. So then look at the bottom on the right. That's Michael Jackson. I circled the ear. Look at the ear. Those ears are the one that was interviewed by Larry King. That's Michael Jackson's ears, y'all. That is Michael Jackson. Those are that's his ears. That is not the same as the one on the right of the real Dave. You can clearly see that. You can't even see his ears. And I've seen side pictures and you barely see his ears because it's so close to his head. But yet this one that was interviewed by Larry King, ears stick out and it's a distinct something about them ears. But look at it. That's Michael Jackson's ears. Again, look on the screen. On the left. On the far left, that is the real Dave. You see the ear? That's a better shot of the ear. You see how it look? You barely, And then look at the neck. Because he was so severely burned that even his neck, it looks like really, really wrinkled and stuff, right? You see, it just looks kind of, I don't know, like drawn in, but definitely very, it looked like he was burned, okay? But then look at the interview. Look on the far right, for example. Because that's a better picture. I circled the ear for you again, and look at the smooth ass neck. Matter of fact, that neck is wider than the one on the left. Look at the neck. Look at the ears. You see? That's Michael Jackson. People need to understand that these motherfuckers fake shit all the time. So there's this photo that's been going around that even his Michael Jackson, and I know on the left, I'm not saying that that's not Michael Jackson clearly on the left, that's James Brown. But what I'm saying is this picture's been going around that his, from the funeral, that so-called open casket they had, was Photoshopped. One thing is for sure, that looks like the same damn casket that James Brown had. Just fucking saying. And then when you look at that, that don't even look real at all. Like a fucking wax doll. That don't even look real. But they want you to believe that. Michael Jackson, in case you didn't know, he was obsessed. He wanted to live forever. This is probably why he never grew up. I understand because he didn't have a childhood, but he wanted to live. And I think that is why he was such a big supporter of cloning humans. Okay? Michael Jackson. I mean, shit, he wouldn't even up. Look at it. Now, but this man completely changed. And now the more and more I'm looking at it, look, you know the fuck what? Now I'm looking at this picture. I wonder did they get rid of the real Michael Jackson And then they just started doing all those surgeries and shit to make it look like, oh, you know, he was going, because remember, oh, it was some type of skin issue, so that's why his skin was so white, because of bleed, whatever the fact. But now I'm looking at it, because look at the ears. These ears don't even look the same on the Michael Jackson that I showed y'all. To be honest, in my opinion, this is not fact, I'm just making assumptions, they might have gotten rid of him before we started seeing, you know, all the surgeries and shit. Something is definitely not right. That's fucking for sure. But one thing's for sure, he wanted to have a regular normal life. So is it really too far-fetched to believe that he would fake his death and go about his business elsewhere? Quote-unquote regular people do this shit all the time as far as faking their death and starting to fuck over elsewhere. Change their parents and all. And I already showed y'all how he changed himself into a white man. So is it too far-fetched to think that he was pretending to be Dave? Because I already showed y'all. Wasn't the same person. The one that was interviewed by Larry King, I believe that was Michael Jackson. Or at least the one they want us to believe was Michael Jackson. But, wasn't the same person. I showed y'all the pictures of the real Dave. Not at all. That was not that person that was being interviewed by Larry King. And didn't listen to the voice. So we supposed to believe Dave and Michael Jackson had the same voice too? Just fucking saying. Comment your thoughts below. What do you think? I know this is hard to wrap your mind around, but that's why I want y'all to hear that interview as well. Watch it, but more so also listen to, and that's how I was showing y'all the eyes, the ears, and even when he did dress himself up as a white man. They said that Michael Jackson loved disguises. He loved doing it. He loved being able to fool people. He loved being able to stand next to somebody in disguise, and they didn't know it was Michael Jackson. That right there should tell you a lot. So please, don't just rush oh no, that's not. Cloning is real. I already showed y'all that. I showed y'all that project that they have is real. And most of their clients are celebrities, Hollywood and shit. So, and Michael Jackson was a big supporter of it. So is it really too far-fetched to believe that he very well may be still alive? I know some people are like, who gives a fuck? No, it matters. These motherfuckers, look, we already in the fucking Matrix. Mandela effect and all, like all types of shit going on. So why would this be any different? They fucking with us. You tired of playing this role? He's trying to get out. Hey, if you're tired of being lied to and you want the truth, then this is the channel for you. So please hit the subscribe button now and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Thank you. If you're tired of being lied to and you want the truth, then this is the channel for you. So please hit the subscribe button now and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Thank you. So I know it's a lot of people who wants this so-called justice for Kenneka Jenkins, right? And there's some of you that still believe that everything happened the way it was presented to you. But what I hope to achieve in this video, as you already seen a clip and I'm going to show you more, is to open your eyes. Please open your eyes to what is really going on. For example, remember this protest they did last year? And it's so-called Manifa and having her finger in his face, and she's like practically laughing, even the person behind her, like they can barely, that's that dupe and delight. If you don't know what that is, it's dupe and delight. This is not a real scene of people that's really hurt, y'all. This is dupe and delight. And if you don't know it now, I'm going to keep telling y'all. In my opinion, Chicago is a test city. There's a lot of things that they're doing that these people don't even know is being done to them because it's being done through their water, amongst other things. Now, this is what the uniform looks like for their real fire and rescue in Rosemont. I had to show that because some people say, oh, maybe that's a uniform of the fire and rescue because that green, but they do have public safety officers. This is what their uniform looks like. See? Look at the shirt color. Look at the buttons even. Remember I said details. Now when you look at them side by side, the one on the left is what the real one looks like. The one on the right, that's an actor. My opinion. You can say there's something wrong with me, but then you better look at these buttons. Because the one on the left I took from their website. So it's current. That one on the right is supposedly one of them at that protest last year. The buttons aren't even the same color, y'all. Even that green color is off. It's not the same. Remember the evidence they showed? We saw two different color watch band, for the watch and even the hair tie and stuff. It was different dates and everything. Remember I showed y'all a book that was done, the case of Breonna Jenkins. And I even showed y'all in that book how it was like one particular line says, "Happy birthday, Bree Bree." And we also heard that on one of them videotapes. Remember? When Irene was on the phone, remember the glasses scene and all that? Happy birthday, Bree Bree. And on the left is that person. This is what they had on their website. See, I kept everything. Because they started deleting stuff. I noticed that when I put my video out, because y'all know how they kept doing me. And then they started deleting stuff because they knew people was going to go back and try and look. But I kept my stuff. That's what people fail to realize. Please make sure you always save your work and save it on an external hard drive. I believe this is why a lot of us are getting, or people are attempting to hack us, because they think they're going to find this work on our laptop. If you're smart, you won't keep this stuff on your laptop or your computer. You better put it on an external hard drive and make sure you unplug that thing when you're not using it. Matter of fact, get off your Wi-Fi too when you're not using it, because that's how they get through your Wi-Fi. And on the left, it's sincerely, see, L-U-V-K. And you see how Ken was here. I know some people say, oh no, that's Ken Wash here. Whatever. Ken was here. And then on the right, that was one of Kanika's many Facebook pages, Sincerely Nene. Coincidence? Look at the girls. Nene, and then look at them on the left. They look mighty alike, don't they? And I'm not saying it's the same person, but they damn sure look alike. Oh, have anybody seen a show called Orphan Black? I suggest you check that out. Long story short, it's about a woman witnessed the suicide of a woman, Beth, who looks like her. So she decides to steal Beth's identity, boyfriend and money included. And in an attempt to begin a new life for herself and Kyra, with whom Sarah hopes to reunite. But assuming Beth's life, Sarah eventually learns that Beth was her clone. Get what I'm saying? There's a lot of people walking out here who don't even realize they have a clone. Why you think they keep doing movies and shows and stuff like this? Oh, they letting us know. They letting us know. You know, some people say, oh, everybody has a twin out there. Yeah, I met one of mine before. As a teenager. No relation. It's deeper than us having a twin out here, y'all. So what you're about to watch now? A bunch of pictures that I found of people that look like Kanika. Are they clones? Simply lookalikes? Or doppelgangers? You be the judge.
ちっちゃい。音が小さい。音ちっちゃいと。あ、いや、それ OK, OK. So let's have more natural conversation. Natural conversation. We always adjust with the... They were twins, we have a twins. Yeah.
おかしい。
なんだこの人たち。This is warmer. Your hand is warm.
ああ、本当だ。
It's from the...
ああ、コール。
cold. Very cold.
ベリーコール。
Very cold. This is like a crazy tea party. This is the situation. If we have some sake. Yeah, we need a drink. We need the drinks. You are okay. You are okay.
Hey, if you're tired of being lied to and you want the truth, then this is the channel for you. So please hit the subscribe button now and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Thank you.